Okay, this is a Brother BAS326 -44 SF. So it is a large field tacker, programmable tacker with the triple capacity rotary hook. Just a few notes on this. Here's the operational panel. Normally, Brother wants it mounted here on the side, but it really kind of gets in the way, so we actually make a new bracket here and mount this up on top, and we secure it firmly here so it doesn't fall and break. That's been one of the big issues with the machines, is they're held with a magnet plate here, and people knock them, and then they kind of damage the panel. So that's that setup on there. So now, basically, when we turn the machine on, and then we're going to put in the thumb drive to show you how to actually load up a pattern here. So it takes a little bit while to boot up. And you can see that that's one pattern that we've added in this pattern 100. We're going to add a second pattern on here. So we're going to press the home button. And we're going to go to File Manager. Up here where it says Internal Memory, we're going to press that screen. And we're going to go to USB memory. And here's the second pattern that you want to add, which is the 101. So then we just press this. And then we can press this icon here, which looks like a file and downloads. And you can see that it's uploading the pattern. And that's it. So basically, when you go into the USB memory, it actually read it like as if it was a regular drive on a PC. So you'll might be able to see other patterns or other information that you have on this thumb drive. But the only ones you're looking for are the ones that have at the end, the SEW. And we can go back here. We'll go back to internal memory. We can press the home button here, because you actually see the other patterns that are on here, and we'll go to sewing. So there's the one pattern that I had here, and I can go to a next pattern, and that's the other pattern that we've got. I'll show you how to wind the bobbin before we continue sewing. Alright, so you put the bobbin on here, running it through the tensions. There's a little spring clip here, so you line that up with the bobbin, put that through the hole, and then what you're going to do is press this bobbin winder. Now, one thing that's going to be important, it will not let you wind the bobbin up unless you've already found the home position of the machine. The reason being, you don't want the needle to be out here on the side and crashing. You want it to be in this open area. So you should have the machine loaded up to a pattern already before you go and press the bobbin winder. So then when you press the bobbin winder, it gives you a little bit of instructions what to do, and you can move that around. But pretty much, you step on the left pedal, make the clamp come down, and you're going to have to hold your foot on the start pedal while this thing is to make it run. So you keep your foot on the pedal, all right, while it runs. When it fills up, this will release, and then you can take your foot off the pedal. Normally, you would be winding up a bobbin while you're sewing. So this is just if you haven't wound the bobbin up, while you were sewing, you kind of had to run into that problem. So then once you're all set, then you can just press your OK button, and then you can go back to sewing. Sing is going to show you how to load the bobbin case into the machine. All right, so put the bobbin case in that way, and you go around that little spring that's over there. I don't know if you can see that. And that's what you've got at that point. So if you look at this here, see there's that little spring up on top that you have to get into place. All right, and you can cut yourself maybe about 2 inches, 1.5 inches or so, something along that, and then you could put it into the hook area. Make sure it snaps into place. You hear that little snap. Okay, now we're going to go through threading the machine. So you're going to go through this tension here. Inside that little box is a thread break sensor. So the thread goes through that little piece there. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit difficult to do. Now what this is going to do, if you see it, each time it goes through, it passes that green light comes on. That's sending a signal to the control box that the thread is actually being pulled around and being sewn. So if it doesn't get pulled because the thread broke or you ran out of a bobbin, the machine will stop automatically. Now you can disable that if it becomes more of a nuisance than it's worth. Because think about it, if you stop in the middle of a pattern because you ran out of thread in a bobbin case, the machine will stop. You'll be able to pick up where you left off and not ruin the piece. So you make sure when that you're in here, you're in between these two discs. And you can see how all of that is going. All right, so now we're ready to sew. Let's show you what the pattern looks like. And this is 207 thread, top and bottom. This thread is always going to be there because this leftover thread on the needle and on the bobbin case has to go someplace. So that's where that winds up. So let's try sewing it again. Make sure that we're all set. Going back to that thread break sensor, there is sensitivity adjustment. You can see this light flashing, and it's going to be looking for that to be flashing every so many milliseconds, and if it doesn't, that's when it'll give you the error. Let's just change the pattern while we're here. Go up to the other pattern. And remember, when you change pattern, you have to press the start button for it to find its home position.